I mean, they are crying, they are melting down, they are having a temper tantrum online like children. They're making outlandish claims that, like, fascism is coming to Virginia, it's the end of Virginia, all of this crap.
So Harry J. Sisson just captured the perfect moment of MAGA hypocrisy over Virginia's redistricting referendum. Virginia Democrats just gained 4 House seats by using the same tactics Republicans pioneered in Texas, Florida, and North Carolina. The difference? Democrats actually asked voters. Let's break down this beautiful meltdown.
So I want to show you some of the MAGA reactions online to what happened tonight, because it is just too funny not to. It is too funny not to show you. But I want to start here with an amazing post from Louise Lucas, who is the Speaker pro tempore of the Senate in Virginia, the state Senate. And this is what she posted after the results came in tonight. And I just, you have to see it. You all start, and this is from Fox News, a Fox News graphic. You all started it. We effing finished it. Yes, yes.
Lucas nailed it perfectly. Republicans gerrymandered Texas in 2011, mid-decade. Florida under DeSantis carved up districts in 2022, and North Carolina has redrawn maps multiple times. None asked voters. Democrats learned the lesson. If you can't beat them at their own game, you lose democracy itself.
We don't do this in the middle of decades just for political benefit. They started it, we're finishing it. And I love Louise Lucas for that. That is so, so funny. And here's the scoop as to what's going on. The GOP blame game is already starting.
Exactly right about the timeline. Redistricting traditionally happens every 10 years after the census, but Republicans broke that norm. Texas did it in 2003, Pennsylvania in 2018. Republicans normalized mid-decade redistricting for partisan gain. Democrats are finally playing by the rules Republicans established.
I was hearing these whispers as recently as this weekend. A couple of folks even went on the record with frustrations. Quote, they've been reactive. One local chair told me of Virginians for Fair Maps, which was running point on the no side. Others say the RNC fell down. Quote, I've heard multiple complaints about no help from the RNC. The RNCs should have been more helpful, another district leader argued. Whomever they blame, they agreed on one thing, that the national GOP leaders were asleep at the wheel when they were outgunned by the Dems. Maybe it's all just blame shifting amid a likely loss, but tonight a lot of Republicans not happy in Virginia. Some of them are even blaming Donald Trump and his apparatus for not being more involved.
This blame game reveals everything about Trump's current chaos. He's consumed by his Iran military operations and regime change wars, exactly what he promised not to do. Meanwhile, the RNC is a shell of itself after years of grifting and incompetence. Democrats organized while Republicans crumbled.
I've been warning about this all along. No more foreign wars and regime change, lowering inflation and cost of living, release the Epstein files are some of the top issues that have caused revolt on the right and a mass exodus of America First Trump voters. And on the betrayals to the Maha wing, it gets even worse. But it's not just Trump, it's the Republicans in the House and the Senate too. They love the donations and the parties and praise they get from big donors and lobbyists representing the big corporations. There won't be accountability, they will not drain the swamp, and Trump is not your retribution. It's a tough pill to swallow, but open your eyes and look at the facts and take note of their actions. Stop lapping up their meaningless words. Our loved military is once again fighting in the Middle East. Your money is paying for Israel's war. And once again, people will die and suffer. Not the message I was expecting from Marjorie Taylor Greene tonight.
MTG turning on Trump is seismic. She's calling out his Iran escalation and regime change operations, the exact opposite of what he promised. When your most loyal supporters start questioning the military interventions and broken promises, you're losing your base. This is unprecedented fracturing.
She's actually appropriately putting the blame on Donald Trump and the Republicans who have just ruined America. I mean, a year into Donald Trump's term, everything is on the verge of collapse, and Republicans want to point the fingers at Democrats. It's just so absurd. Let's get into it.
The economic data backs this up completely. Consumer confidence has plummeted since Trump's second inauguration. Inflation expectations are rising again, and his approval ratings are tanking faster than any president in modern history. Even his supporters are waking up to the reality.
Mark Levine, a guy that Donald Trump frequently cites on social media. He tells everybody to watch his boring show on Fox News. He said millions of Republicans have been disenfranchised by state Democrats and Democrat donors and politicians nationwide. In other words,
Mark Levin has been Trump's media lapdog for years, constantly promoting election fraud conspiracies and defending every Republican gerrymander. He cheered when Texas carved up districts to eliminate Democratic seats, celebrating it as smart politics. Now suddenly, redistricting is fascism when Democrats do it.
No, actually, sorry. He wasn't silent. He celebrated. He was so happy about it. He said it's a win for democracy. It's a win for America. And when Democrats do the same thing, apparently it's fascistic and communist.
The hypocrisy is breathtaking. Levin used words like brilliant strategy and constitutional right when Republicans gerrymandered. Now it's assault on democracy and communist tactics. This is textbook conservative media. Rules for thee, but not for me, depending on who benefits politically.
And we know when Donald Trump tried to steal the election in 2020, overturn results that, he obviously lost the election, overturn an election he lost, Mark Levin and others were cheering it on. That was disenfranchising the votes of 81 million Americans, and they were silent. It's just so funny to compare their past statements to their current statement.
This connects perfectly to their 2020 behavior. They supported Trump's attempt to overturn 81 million votes, called it fighting for election integrity. But when Democrats win legitimately through actual voter participation, suddenly that's stealing elections. The pattern is crystal clear and completely shameless.
Scott Pressler, who's like the MAGA GOP guy who tries to get people to vote for his stuff in different states around the country, he fails like 99% of the time. He has a terrible record. He said he's coping tonight, saying this is not a mandate. Democrats spent over $40 million. He's crying. He's trying to minimize the victory. He can cry all he wants. He can try to minimize the victory. We got 4 extra seats. So please, cry all you want. I couldn't care less. Matter of fact, we're all laughing at him.
Scott Pressler has become the poster child for MAGA overpromising and under-delivering. He claimed he'd deliver Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, failed spectacularly. His track record is abysmal, but he keeps grifting off desperate Republicans who believe his hype. Now he's making excuses again.
Laura Loomer, we'll talk about Laura Ingraham in a second. Laura Loomer said Democrats are stealing Virginia, compliments of Barack Obama. Virginia is about to become uninhabitable. How do we not laugh at these people when they say things like Virginia is about to be uninhabitable? Virginia is a beautiful state with great leaders like Abigail Spanberger, governor, and a great House and Senate in the great state of Virginia. And now because they've redistricted their maps in response to Republicans, now it's uninhabitable. Well, you know what? Laura Loomer can stay out of Virginia. That's a good deal to make. If Laura Loomer never wants to step foot in the state of Virginia, it'd be too soon. And I don't even live there. Just go away.
Laura Loomer represents the most extreme wing of MAGA conspiracy theorists. She's promoted everything from 9/11 trutherism to QAnon garbage. Her claiming Democrats are stealing Virginia fits her pattern of delegitimizing any outcome that doesn't favor Trump. She's completely detached from reality.
You can stay in Florida with Donald Trump. I don't care. She can think every other state in the country is uninhabitable. No problem. Fine by me. Mercedes Schlapp, who is associated with CPAC, said that Democrats rigged the election, which I just find so funny because it's like people voted for this. People went to the ballot box. They cast their vote. They voted for new maps. And Republicans still say it's rigged because they didn't get the result that they want. They are children. They are crybabies. Anytime they lose, it's rigged. Democrats did something bad. They just can't accept their loss. It's remarkable to watch.
Mercedes Schlapp ran communications for Trump and now chairs CPAC's board. She's part of the conservative establishment that has normalized claiming fraud whenever they lose. This isn't just random internet trolls. These are major Republican figures poisoning faith in democracy itself.
Here's Laura Ingraham. This is one that I really wanted to show you. She said, adios, Virginia, the new California. First and foremost, if Virginia became the new California, that'd be great. What? Blue oceans and beaches and warm weather and these beautiful redwood forests. Oh, it's so awful. The 4th largest economy in the world. It's so terrible. More Fortune 500 companies in California than any other state in the country. Oh, how terrible. I'm sure Virginia would hate all of these things coming to their state. I mean, do they hear themselves? They all love to vacation in California, and they say, oh, it's so bad, it's just funny.
California has the world's 5th largest economy, leads in innovation and tech, has budget surpluses while red states beg for federal money. It's home to more Fortune 500 companies than most countries. Calling it a failure is pure conservative fantasy designed to ignore their own state's struggles.
The GOP is delivering. She celebrated when Texas did it. Now, Virginia is becoming the new California. And Governor Gavin Newsom said, has anyone checked in on Laura tonight? I don't know. She seems to be not happy. She seems to not be doing well.
Ingraham literally celebrated on air when Texas Republicans eliminated several Democratic districts in 2021. She called it smart politics and constitutional prerogative. Now Virginia Democrats use the exact same legal process with actual voter input, and suddenly she's fleeing to Mar-a-Lago in protest.
Gunther Eagleman, who is one of the worst MAGA influencers, if you can even call him that, said, hey Thune, did you see what happened in Virginia? How many undocumented immigrants voted? My God. Pass the Save America Act before it's too late. These people are absurd. I mean, how can we not just point and laugh? How can you not? They're saying that undocumented immigrants voted in Virginia tonight with absolutely no evidence. Again, it's you know, what Mercedes Schlapp said. Where is she? Right here. Rigged. They don't even have any evidence. And they're saying, oh, it's immigrants voted, it's rigged, it's something like that. It is so absurd.
This immigrant voting conspiracy is classic MAGA playbook. Zero evidence, maximum inflammatory rhetoric. They did this in 2020, 2022, 2024, now 2026. It's the same script. When you lose, blame immigrants, claim fraud, undermine faith in elections. It's pathetic and completely predictable.
The final thing I wanted to show you was once again Tim Pool, MAGA commentator, said Democrats have just voted to end democracy under the guise that other states do it too. Agreed. You're all fascists. He thinks all the Democrats are fascists because we responded to Republicans redistricting. What a loser.
Real fascist tactics include attempting coups, installing loyalists in government, using military against civilians, and suppressing voting rights. Trump literally tried all of these. Meanwhile, Democrats winning through legitimate voter participation somehow equals fascism. The projection is absolutely stunning and completely backwards.
Democracy won tonight. And they started this battle, and we are effing finishing it. So look, I'll leave the video there.
This Virginia victory signals a major shift in Democratic strategy, finally fighting fire with fire instead of bringing knives to gunfights. Republicans spent decades rigging the game. Democrats are now using those same rules to win. It's about time, and this is just the beginning.